Early 2026, the cybersecurity world was shaken by a massive breach. Over 600 FortiGate devices across 55 countries were compromised. What made this attack stand out was not just its scale, but the use of commercial generative AI tools by the threat actor. This incident, uncovered by Amazon Threat Intelligence, highlights a new era where even less technically skilled attackers can leverage AI to orchestrate complex cyber operations. The breach didn't exploit new vulnerabilities but rather took advantage of weak credentials and exposed management ports, showing how fundamental security oversights can have global consequences. Attackers behind this campaign were not seasoned hackers. Instead, they were financially motivated individuals or a small group with limited technical skills. Their secret weapon? Commercial generative AI services. By using these tools, they could develop attack plans, generate code, and automate tasks that would have otherwise required a large, skilled team. This marks a significant shift in the threat landscape, as AI lowers the barrier to entry for cybercrime, making sophisticated attacks accessible to almost anyone willing to try. Interestingly, the attackers did not exploit any new or unknown vulnerabilities in FortiGate devices. Instead, they targeted exposed management ports and weak, single-factor authentication credentials. This approach demonstrates how even basic security oversights can be devastating when combined with AI-driven automation. The attackers systematically scanned for devices with open ports and attempted to log in using commonly reused credentials, allowing them to compromise hundreds of devices with minimal effort. Amazon Threat Intelligence played a crucial role in uncovering the details of this campaign. Their investigation revealed that the attackers were able to breach multiple organizations, Active Directory environments, extract entire credential databases, and even target backup infrastructure. These actions suggest a lead-up to potential ransomware deployment, showing how initial access can quickly escalate to more damaging attacks. The attackers' reliance on AI allowed them to operate at a scale previously reserved for much larger, more skilled teams. One of the most striking aspects of this incident is how AI served as a bridge for the attackers' skill gaps. Rather than attempting to persist in hardened environments or those with advanced security controls, the attackers would simply move on to softer targets. This strategy, enabled by AI, allowed them to maximize their impact with minimal resistance, focusing on easy wins rather than wasting resources on difficult targets. Amazon described the attackers' operation as an AI-powered assembly line for cybercrime. The attackers hosted infrastructure that contained AI-generated attack plans, victim configurations, and source code for custom tools. This industrialized approach to cybercrime demonstrates how AI can streamline every phase of an attack, from reconnaissance to execution, making it easier than ever to launch large-scale campaigns. Attackers began by systematically scanning FortiGate management interfaces exposed to the internet, targeting ports 443, 8443, 10443, and 4443. Once they found a device with an open port, they attempted to authenticate using commonly reused credentials. This automated, sector-agnostic scanning allowed them to compromise devices across a wide range of industries and regions, highlighting the indiscriminate nature of the attack. After gaining access, the attackers used the stolen data to burrow deeper into targeted networks. Their post-exploitation activities included reconnaissance, vulnerability scanning with tools like Nuclei, Active Directory compromise, credential harvesting, and targeting backup infrastructure. These steps align with typical ransomware operations, showing a clear progression from initial access to potential data theft and extortion. The impact of this campaign was truly global. Compromised FortiGate devices were found in South Asia, Latin America, the Caribbean, West Africa, Northern Europe, and Southeast Asia. In many cases, multiple devices belonging to the same organization were accessed, leading to organizational-level compromise. This widespread reach underscores the power of automated, AI-driven attacks in today's interconnected world. Following VPN access to victim networks, the attackers deployed custom reconnaissance tools, with different versions written in Go and Python. Analysis of the source code revealed clear signs of AI-assisted development, such as redundant comments, simplistic architecture, and naive JSON parsing. These indicators suggest that the attackers relied heavily on AI to generate and format their tools, prioritizing speed and automation over sophistication. Attackers employed a variety of techniques after initial reconnaissance. These included DC sync attacks to achieve domain compromise, lateral movement via pass-the-hash and NTLM relay attacks, and remote command execution on Windows hosts. They also targeted VM backup and replication servers, deploying credential harvesting tools, and exploiting known vulnerabilities like CVE 2023275532 and CVE 2024407111. These methods are commonly associated with ransomware campaigns, further emphasizing the financial motivation behind the attack. Despite their successes, the attackers frequently encountered failures when attempting to exploit anything beyond the most straightforward, automated attack paths. Their own documentation noted repeated issues when targets had patched services, closed required ports, or lacked vulnerable vectors. This highlights both the power and the limitations of AI-augmented attackers. While they can scale quickly, they struggle with more complex or well-defended environments. Net appliances have become increasingly attractive targets for cybercriminals. Their widespread use and critical role in network security make them valuable assets for attackers. This incident serves as a stark reminder for organizations to secure management interfaces, change default credentials, implement multi-factor authentication, and regularly audit for unauthorized access. Proactive security measures are essential to defend against both traditional and AI-augmented threats. Mitigate risks. Organizations are advised to isolate backup servers, keep all software up to date, and monitor for unintended network exposure. Strong defensive fundamentals such as patch management, credential hygiene, network segmentation, and robust detection for post-exploitation indicators remain the most effective countermeasures. As AI-augmented attacks become more common, these basics are more important than ever. Use of AI in cybercrime is not limited to this incident. As highlighted by Google and other security experts, generative AI tools are increasingly being adopted by threat actors to scale and accelerate their operations. While these tools may not always introduce novel attack methods, they make it easier for less skilled individuals to launch effective campaigns, further democratizing cybercrime. Further research revealed that the attackers used specific AI tools, DeepSeek and Anthropic Claude. DeepSeek was responsible for generating attack plans from reconnaissance data, while Claude's coding agent produced vulnerability assessments and executed offensive tools on victim systems. This integration of multiple AI models allowed the attackers to maintain analytical support at every stage of their campaign. Custom Model Context Protocol (MCP) server played a central role in the attacker's infrastructure. Acting as a bridge to the language models, the MCP server maintained a growing knowledge base for each target. This allowed the attackers to continuously refine their attack strategies and automate decision-making, further enhancing the efficiency of their operations. Attackers' infrastructure was traced to the IP address 212.11.64.250, which hosted over 1,400 files across 139 subdirectories. These files included CVE exploit code, FortiGate configuration files, nuclei scanning templates, VM credential extraction tools, and bloodhound collection data. This treasure trove of data provided valuable insights into the attackers' methods and the scale of their operations. Among the exposed files was a custom MCP server named ARXON, used to process scan results and invoke DeepSeek for attack planning. Another tool, Checker2, was a Go-based orchestrator designed for parallel VPN scanning and target processing. These custom tools exemplify how the attackers leveraged automation to manage simultaneous intrusions across multiple countries. Large language models, LLMs like DeepSeek and Claude have become game changers in the cybercrime landscape. By providing analytical support and automating complex tasks, LLMs enable even a single operator to manage multiple intrusions simultaneously. This shift dramatically increases the potential impact of low-average skilled attackers, making widespread compromise more feasible than ever before. Attackers' infrastructure included AI-generated attack plans tailored to each victim. By analyzing reconnaissance data, the AI tools could suggest the most effective attack paths, automate credential harvesting, and even generate custom scripts for exploitation. This level of automation allowed the attackers to operate efficiently and adapt quickly to changing circumstances. With the help of AI, the attackers could conduct reconnaissance on a massive scale. Automated scanning tools identified vulnerable devices, while AI models processed the results and prioritized targets. This approach enabled the attackers to maximize their reach and focus on the most promising opportunities, all with minimal manual intervention. Credential harvesting was a key objective for the attackers. By extracting full device configurations and credential databases, they gained access to sensitive information that could be used for further exploitation. The use of AI streamlined this process, allowing for rapid identification and extraction of valuable credentials across hundreds of devices. Compromising Active Directory environments was a major milestone for the attackers. By achieving domain compromise through DC sync attacks and lateral movement techniques, they could escalate privileges and move freely within victim networks. This level of access opened the door to further attacks, including ransomware deployment and data exfiltration. Attackers also targeted backup infrastructure, particularly VM backup and replication servers. By deploying credential harvesting tools and exploiting known vulnerabilities, they aimed to gain access to critical backup data. This step is often a precursor to ransomware attacks, as it allows attackers to disable or encrypt backups, increasing the chances of a successful extortion. The campaign was sector agnostic, meaning the attackers did not discriminate between industries or regions. Automated mass scanning allowed them to identify and exploit vulnerable devices wherever they were found. This indiscriminate approach maximized the number of potential victims and demonstrated the scalability of AI-driven attacks. A notable characteristic of the attackers' tools was their focus on automation rather than sophistication. The code was often simplistic, with redundant comments and basic architecture. This suggests that the attackers prioritized speed and scalability, relying on AI to generate functional, if not elegant, solutions to their challenges. AI played a central role in planning each phase of the attack. From initial reconnaissance to post-exploitation, AI tools analyzed data, generated scripts, and suggested next steps. This continuous feedback loop allowed the attackers to adapt quickly and optimize their strategies, making their operations more efficient and effective. Primary motivation behind this campaign was financial gain. The attackers were not linked to any advanced persistent threat, apt groups, or state-sponsored actors. Instead, they were likely individuals or a small group seeking profit through ransomware and data theft. This underscores the growing threat posed by financially motivated cybercriminals equipped with AI tools. This incident offers important lessons for organizations worldwide. Basic security hygiene, such as closing unused ports, enforcing strong credentials, and enabling multi-factor authentication, remains critical. Regular audits and proactive monitoring can help detect unauthorized access before it escalates. As AI-augmented threats become more common, organizations must adapt their defenses accordingly. Patch management is a cornerstone of effective cybersecurity. In this campaign, many failed attacks were due to patch services or closed ports. Keeping systems up to date and promptly applying security patches can significantly reduce the risk of compromise, even against AI-driven attackers. Weak or reused credentials were a key factor in the success of this campaign. Organizations should enforce strong, unique passwords and regularly rotate credentials, especially for administrative and VPN access. Credential hygiene is a simple yet powerful defense against both traditional and AI-augmented threats. Network segmentation can limit the impact of a breach by isolating critical systems from general network access. In this campaign, attackers moved laterally across networks after initial compromise. Proper segmentation can slow or even stop attackers, buying valuable time for detection and response. Robust detection for post-exploitation indicators is essential. Monitoring for unusual activity, unauthorized access, and changes to configurations can help organizations identify breaches early. AI-driven attacks may move quickly, but timely detection can make all the difference in limiting damage. Isolating backup servers from general network access is a recommended best practice. In this campaign, attackers specifically targeted backup infrastructure to increase the impact of potential ransomware attacks. By isolating these systems, organizations can protect their last line of defense against data loss. Continuous monitoring for unintended network exposure is vital. Attackers often exploit overlooked or misconfigured systems. Regular scans and audits can help organizations identify and remediate vulnerabilities before they are exploited by threat actors. While AI empowers attackers, it can also be a powerful tool for defenders. Security teams can leverage AI for threat detection, automated response, and vulnerability management. Staying ahead in the AI arms race requires continuous investment in both technology and training. As we look to the future, AI-augmented threat activity is expected to grow in both volume and sophistication. Organizations must anticipate these trends and strengthen their defenses accordingly. The fundamentals of cybersecurity remain as important as ever, but new strategies and technologies will be needed to keep pace with evolving threats. Effective defense against AI-driven cyber threats requires collaboration across the cybersecurity community. Sharing threat intelligence, best practices, and lessons learned can help organizations stay one step ahead of attackers. Together, we can build a more resilient digital ecosystem. Human error remains a significant risk factor in cybersecurity. Training users to recognize phishing attempts, use strong passwords, and report suspicious activity is essential. As attackers become more sophisticated, user awareness and vigilance are critical components of any security strategy. Having a robust incident response plan is vital. Organizations should prepare for the possibility of a breach by establishing clear procedures for detection, containment, eradication, and recovery. Regular drills and updates ensure that teams are ready to respond quickly and effectively when an incident occurs. Threat intelligence is a powerful resource for identifying and mitigating emerging threats. By staying informed about the latest attack techniques and indicators of compromise, organizations can proactively adjust their defenses and reduce the risk of successful attacks. Cybersecurity is an ongoing process. Organizations must continuously assess and improve their security posture, learning from incidents and adapting to new challenges. Regular reviews, updates, and investments in technology and training are essential for long-term resilience. AI-assisted compromise of over 600 FortiGate devices marks a turning point in the evolution of cyber threats. It demonstrates how AI can empower even low-skilled attackers to launch large-scale effective campaigns. Organizations must focus on security fundamentals, leverage new technologies, and foster a culture of continuous improvement to defend against this new wave of threats. As AI continues to evolve, so too will the tactics of cybercriminals. Staying informed, vigilant, and proactive is the best defense. By understanding the risks and adapting to the changing landscape, organizations can protect themselves and their stakeholders from the growing threat of AI-powered cyberattacks.